Welcome everyone to a game between two semi-pros in the Age of Empires community. In the blue we have Luca, and in the yellow we have the Viper. Sorry, I'm just so used to Viper being yellow. No, this is a Viper impersonator. This is T90 Official, probably the best, most well-known YouTuber in the Age of Empires community. So I was just looking at a couple games that who was playing online. Luca is one of my friends on Voobly, and I saw game number 3 of this set that they were playing, T90 and Luca, and it was a really good game. All 3 of those videos are going to be coming to YouTube in the next few days, but I just wanted to start at game 1. So I haven't seen the full layout of any of these games. I know who's won, but I will do my best not to spoil it. So as I said, Luca is my friend, recent addition to my friends list. He is my teammate in HPC, which is a tournament that's going on right now. That's Hera's Potato Cup. Hera being pro player in the Age of Empires community, a true pro player, unlike these two semi-pros. And what the Potato Cup is it's a cup or a tournament for a mix of semi-pro and potatoes, or new players in the community, to play against each other in a 3v3 tournament. So I am the potato on our team, rated 1300 when the tournament signups were first starting, whereas Luca is around 2k, and so is our third player of our team. Likewise, T90 is around a 2k player. Sorry, he's not 3k. He might be 3k in casting, but he's not 3k in playing. And so here they are. Now that I've kind of explained that, and how I know the players, let's go ahead and introduce their civs. We have T90 Official playing as the Indians, a strong booming civ known for their camel play and their imperial play. And then in the blue, we have the Canadian Luca playing as the Mayans. Very strong civ. They're friendly, so they're not laming. You can see Luca here is just pushing in some deer and his first boar. Very difficult to do both those at the same time, but Luca makes it look easy. He's got a rough wood line over here on the right. It's pretty far from his town center. You can see it's a very open map for him. He'll have to use some early aggression to make the most out of it. But so far his build order is looking pretty well. He's getting the rest of that last sheep. He has 4 on wood. Looks like it'll probably be archers for Luca. Lions are decent archer civ, and I'd expect to see him go with the barracks and a man-at-arms before that. Meanwhile, T90 Official also pushing in his deer. Not too far for him. His map's much better. He's got multiple wood lines to go for. As Indians, you could go archers in this situation. More than likely, T9's going scouts. The way I know that is he has 3 on wood versus the 4 that Luca has for archers. His gold is forward, whereas Luca's is also forward. The hill on the left side of Luca's base could be a bit of an issue. They're both taking their boars in almost exactly the same time. I would assume that T90 would have brought his in a little bit sooner, considering he only put 1 vil, or he put 1 less vil on wood, so you could assume that Luca is a little bit ahead, though it's pretty minor. The score shows that as well, but in Dark Age, a lot of the score is dependent on scouting, so it's hard to tell. What I do notice about Luca is he really likes taking his second boar super early. When he's been coaching me for Hera's Potato Cup, he's always been suggesting I go and take my boar at when my first boar is rotting away at 180 food, just like what this boar is at right now. And so if your second boar is fairly close, that can mean you're getting your boar very quickly. So here we have T90 clicking up earlier, as would be a scout expected for a scout build. He's going to start closing off his base, it looks like, right up the front. He's going to build a house here, but he switched it over to the right a little bit. Give him some play with where he wants to put different buildings. I don't really understand his mindset there. We have a villager coming out to this side. She's probably walling as well. Just finished that boar. And you can see these guys are pretty good. They have very minimal idle time. As I say that, yeah, look at that. They just run idle, and Luca repositioned them. He's going with one lumber camp in the back of his base. Should be free of aggression, but with scouts, they can get to the wood line very quickly, very quickly, right, once they're created. So Luca's going up to feudal as well. He's going to gold, and we do have militia queuing up for him, so he will be getting militia first. Scouts will probably be at Luca's base before, what's this about? Before he can really get the militia too far away. We can see T90 building another house, walling up a little bit. I expect that once, there you go, there's the stable. We're abandoning the house for now because getting the stable up as soon as possible is very important. And this is I'd say 7 out of 10 in terms of wallable bases. The scout now has more HP than the eagle, so this is not a good fight for Luca. If you can't, I mean, you can imagine that Indians would be going scouts, and he knew I guess he didn't want to run away. He just wanted to take the HP off the scout. I mean, I can't really judge him for that. He's definitely a stronger player than I am. So either he was concentrating on something else, he came to it too late, and just said, screw it, I'll just leave it. T90 making sure he doesn't get housed, making 2 houses at once. Scout production, you're not making that many units at once. Some out of your TVC, some out of your, why can't I remember what the name this is? Out of your stable. But he did get housed momentarily there, not too bad. And here we have Luca coming in with his man-at-arms, trying to find some valuable spots. You know where the berries are? He probably figured that T90 could be on gold already, but it is unlikely. And here we have T90 walling him out. Great play there. Luca's probably unlikely to get much damage done with these man-at-arms now. If we look at what T90's base has left open, it's pretty minimal. Luca's probably just going to hang around the stable and try to exchange fights with these scouts. If I was in T90's opinion, or in T90's shoes, I guess, in his hoofs, in reference to the scouts, I would just try to go and hit Luca, knowing that I'm pretty safe at home. I wouldn't try to exchange with these man-at-arms, because by the time that you exchange with them, Luca will be having archers coming forward. Saying that, he hasn't actually made an archery range yet. He might just be going for spear defense and fast castle. His stone is exposed if he wants to go for plumed archers. And here we have the fight starting. He did get a spearman forward. And T90 is sticking to 5 scouts for now. And seeing if he can pressure to get home. Luca really likes making 1 palisade at a time. Really shows that he's a fairly skilled player. And he is going for the fast farms approach, not really trying to make too many archery ranges or investing too much in military. Just defending with spearmen. What I'm worried about is seeing if this wood line will be hit. Let's see if T90 has scouted that yet. He has not. So he's not sure where Luca's getting wood. He hasn't actually scouted any of the wood lines except for the forward one. So Luca might be safe just because his wood is so incredibly far away. He's doing a good job of walling off here, and he has spears coming in, so T90 probably won't get much of a hit. Newer players might consider putting all their villagers in their TC when the scouts are that close. But Luca gets a lot of good hits in with the skirmishers. And will T90 see? Yeah, he'll see the wood line now. But he won't be able to get too many hits in. Yeah, he doesn't even engage because he knows the spearmen are right behind him. I think I just said skirmisher. That was my bad. And Luca's putting up his market. He knows can get up to the next stage. And he's destroying the stable. Not too much that T90 can do in this situation unless he wants to power that. That would be quite an investment though, and probably the stone's worth more than the wood. Or saving the stone is worth more than the wood he loses from losing the stable. He went ahead and made an archery range, which is a good choice. You can kill off that skirmisher, the spearman. I keep calling them skirmishers. That's the skirmisher, that's the spearman. And he comes back home to try to manage a little bit. Be able to take his gold back. He definitely has the units to win this fight. It's more about making the trade as good for him as possible. Luca decides to pull off, and T90 can retake his gold. It will cause his castle time to be a bit further behind Luca's, I believe. Let's take a look at Luca's castle time. He is somewhat low on food. He did make quite a few spearmen. But it's worth to make a few more spearmen, stay in the game, then get some, 3 or 4 villagers died. If 3 or 4 of your villagers get killed, that's pretty much game for you. And this was open, I think, when T90 was coming in earlier. I'm not sure if he saw that, or if he just figured, a lot of the time in these games, players just assume that their opponent is fairly strong and they will have walled correctly. I expect Luca to come back here unless he's trying to save these units and hide them. No, he's coming back now. And Luca is the first one up to the Castle Age, or to click Castle Age. Villagers are doing a pretty good job of walling. It's going to be pretty easy for her. Skirmishers are going to do very minimal damage. And now it's just about unit control. They don't have to worry too much about their economy at this time unless they're unbalanced and have to change the thing. Luca's just staying on 1 lumber camp. He has 6, maybe 7 on there. Both of these lines are fairly weak. I don't think Luca was expecting them to stay too long. It's more about delaying at this point, waiting for Castle Age. Castle Age times are fairly close. T90, sorry, I don't know why I said T90. T90 definitely has the advantage here though, with, what is that, 10 extra pop. Most of that's military, but he does have a 5 vil lead. Definitely too early to call the game, but it looks like Luca's thinking about going into Eagles, which makes a lot of sense. Especially versus the current unit composition that's out on the field and against Indians. Indian camos are going to be just about useless against Mayans, a civilization that have no cavalry. And then until Imperial, when Indians have a bonus to their hand cannons, there's not too much anti-infantry play that they have available to them. Now that Luke is at the castle, I'm guessing he'll stay 1 TC and just keep pumping out eagles. He has a blacksmith available to him, so he can get those upgrades. I don't think I saw any upgrades come in yet. He's just getting Eagle Warrior upgrade first. But T90 is considering Vodka Era. So I'm guessing he'll go archers or cav archers. He has 2 archery ranges, but nothing's producing right now. Oh, he's taking man-at-arms. Okay. Archers would be countered as well by eagles, but clearly T90 was expecting an archer play because you can see how many skirmishers he's created. What is that? 12, 13 skirmishers? That's pretty nuts. And I mean, it is still enough to keep these eagles away. They're taking very little damage, but that's still a sizable numbers improvement. Might as well wait for your upgrades to come in. There are man-at-arms in front of there too that he has to worry about. So not a bad unit composition from T90. He still has the score lead. He has the eco lead. Two town centers. He did need to secure that front gold, and Luca was able to wall in his front gold. He did TC as well. 2 TCs for the both of them. Just making sure to stay active with that. And where are those Eagles going? Going forward. Makes sense. Eagles are a great raiding unit and aren't going to do much with all the man-at-arms that T90 has available to him. So losing that barracks will be disappointing. And there we go, long swordsman for T90 coming in as well. Eagles getting some pickoffs before men-at-arms can come and protect. T90's base really is well set up though, so he's walling extra just in case the Eagles try to run through. But it looks like Luca is satisfied to stay at home. I'm always curious to see, or I would be curious to know, what T90 officials' APM is. Because I can't remember the last time I've seen him with a first-person view of him playing. And even with spectator settings, when you're following someone's gameplay, it's very difficult to see. And T90 now has enough skirmishers with Fletching and Bodkin Arrow that allows him to pick up villagers with one hit. So a bit of a threat. Luca's coming back now. Probably doesn't want to take this fight, but with a combo of Town Center Fire and good micro, he might be able to do it. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a Siege Workshop, and there it is. Luca's 10 steps ahead of me, as I would expect from my coach. And this is a decent fight right here. The Eagles have a high attack damage, so as long as they can completely encircle the long swordsman, they'll do fairly well. So that was just one long swordsman versus 10 Eagles. Not enough time for long swordsman's advantage to really take over, but now you can see more coming in. Luca's trying to patrol into the skirmishers to get a few good hits. Pretty well done, but now he needs to get away from there. Yeah, those Eagles are expensive, so maybe a monk would be an okay solution, but I think he doesn't have a ton of wood. Siege Workshop's gonna be good enough for now. Vil lead is climbing for T90 though. He is on 2 TCs still? No, 3 TCs. Doesn't have too many idols. Idols are fairly similar for both of them. Does have the resources for 2 more farms to reseed them. It's probably a little bit low on wood earlier. He does have these houses that are trying to house wall that aren't completed. But other than that, he's buying food for Bosa. Interesting. He's definitely making good use out of the market, getting all his upgrades. He knows he's a decent position, both based off of his score and the map control that he's currently maintaining. And he's gonna go ahead and wall off even more, it looks like. I don't think I agree with that position. Look at these walls. A bit crazy, but I can somewhat understand it. Eagles are a good raiding unit. But the thing is, these are just palisade walls. So how much is that really going to delay an eagle attack? Chainmail armor coming in now for the Eagles. His eco is improving a little bit, but now that he's really behind with Vil numbers, which makes sense considering Indians have the cheaper Vils. He needs to make the pressure count within Castle Age. If it goes to Imperial Age, he loses a lot of his advantage. stone untaken for Luca so far, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to get El Dorado, the upgrade, which gives us Eagles plus 40 HP, nor will he be able to switch to Plumed Archers. 2 TCs just pumping out Eagles, that's the plan for Luca. Then I'm guessing eventually go up to Imperial Age, preferably before the Indians player. And look at these walls from T90. Even finished the house walls here. And he's going on 4 TCs. So he's really trying to make the most of that eco lead that the Indians can possess. And a Mangonel. If he gets to go to Mangonel shot here against the Scorps, that'll be a sign that game's over. Yeah, Eagles are a little bit out of position. Not really. It almost looks like he's scouting with the villager. I'm not sure where he's trying to go with the villager. I think the villager might just be here to repair the Mangonel. And Luca saw the Mangonel, I think, and decided to just go back. Maybe he'll wait for Imperial and hope he can get up to Imperial first. It's going to be really difficult, especially if hand cannons start coming out. Already has T90 already has 2 archery ranges. And what's the bill lead at? Now 20 bills ahead. Almost no idols from both of them. All Luca has going for him is the military lead with those Eagles. The Eagles are definitely strong, but I don't see that being enough. Getting his own Mangonel out now, so he can try to trade with Mangonels. I'm not sure how much the monks are going to do for T90, especially with the numbers that Luca has. I think he just figures he has map control. He might as well go ahead and scout the map, find those relics, get that extra gold income. If we compare what we're looking at currently, which is Luca's Fog of War, to T90's. See T90's has explored quite a bit more. Picking up those monks. Monks aren't doing too much. The Scorpions are going to die pretty quickly. Mangonel's traded 1 for 1. Luca, I don't know if you had the eco to trade in something other than Eagles. Is he going to be able? Yeah, he's going to be able to and at this point, T90 has signed some bets, and he's probably going to be able to pick up 2 Imperials first. Even though he's losing more units in this fight. Yeah, there you go, clicking up, and he's going to be able to recreate these units. And then at home, Luca is now on stone, so he will be able to make the Plumed Archer switch. Still decent distance from the Imperial Age himself. Probably realizes he might have to go full castle on this one and just try to raid. But there's very little he can raid. He can try to stop T90 from pushing out these extra golds, but T90, I believe, has scouted the other golds on the map by now. He's going to go build houses out here, and I'm not really sure about these houses. Yeah, coming out for him. It's kind of curious to me. Also surprised he hasn't tried to use the monks to kill the relics. So not doing too much for the fight up here. The speed of the eagles and numbers. Losing 1 eagle. I think it's just rebuild, which I don't see too often in pro games. Either that or T90 failed to mention it when I watch his videos. So T90, I'm learning from you. I'm giving you advice to mention monks more. It's not actually decent advice. T90's most of the way up, and Luca's just clicking up now. I believe Indians get champion. I think they have decent infantry. They're known for the cavalry. And Tierney gets his castle up, and Luca's going for his own forward castle. Kind of a last-ditch effort, and I'm guessing he sees the castle. He'll probably see the Imperial Age soon too, and know that he'd be pretty far behind in the Scud War. Tierney played this very well, I'd say. Really played to his Civ advantage. At this point, with such a wide score difference, I don't expect the game to go too much longer, especially once Luca sees that Tierney's up to Imp. This is gonna be juicy with these Mangonels. Hit the Scorpions. What does Tierney see? Oh, he sees the castle now. I don't think he's paying attention to Mangonel. Oh no. Please at least get a hit. Mangonel looks actually slow. Oh, that was good. That was very good. So we got another town center for forward gold. Luca has this gold as well, but it makes sense for him to go for the more typical gold first. And he's still making the most out of his units. He's got some archers out here on the side. Not going to do too much against Elite Skirm. Kind of throwing them away. And he's open here, so I'm guessing he's going to get pushed off this gold fairly quickly. As for his castle, he is making a few clue archers now. He has them to prepare it. It's probably not going to last very long. He's even getting chemistry. He's got paint cannon soon, and there's the GG. So definitely a hard game for Luca. As I said, this was a best of or not a best of three, a set of 3 games. I don't know what this was. It was like a side battle over here. Very interesting play there. Maybe it was to do with the relic? No, there wasn't a relic there either. The relic was over here originally. If Luca wanted to win that, I think he would have had to do more damage early on. Kind of interested he didn't try to go for archers. Maybe he was feeling a little cheeky knowing he was playing against T90. They do have a history between the two of them playing on Smurfs and such. But pretty good game, and as I said before, I watched part of the 3rd game in the set, and that was just a small, maybe 2-minute portion I saw was pretty incredible, the back and forth.